If in the United States children were to be married off, disaster would be everywhere. But because it is not, imagine a country that is going through this. In Africa, Zimbabwe, children all around are being married off by their parents before reaching the age of 18. Not everyone in the US knows about this. If we were to know, hopefully we would order and help out this country to make this illegal. In Zimbabwe, there is currently no law that makes this illegal or forces this to stop. The big problem with this is that the girls who are being forcibly married off are being deprived by so many things. For example, education. When women are married off in Africa, they have to stay home to clean, take care of their children, and keep the house in good shape. There is another major issue because they get married and the girls end up getting pregnant. The women have to satisfy the men. If not, they get beat, tortured, and their life is threatened. They are usually forced into having sex. Now, because young girls before the age of 18 are being married off and getting pregnant, because they still are very young and not fully developed, the amount of pain is even worse during birth. They are exposed to serious birth defects, severe injuries, and possibly death due to childbirth. In general, the sad thing of this is that the girls are being hurt in many ways. A good side of this hideous story is a couple of child brides have taken action and are currently taking Zimbabwe's government to court to declare their rights and make child marriage illegal and prove that it is unconstitutional. A couple years back, this major issue was not really addressed by the Zimbabwe government. Nobody really ever paid attention to this. This all changed until 2013. In Zimbabwe, it is a culture to be married off as a teen and have kids. The huge problem is that the kids who are being married off by their families is because the families can't support them. The families usually say it is one less mouth to feed. The sad thing about Zimbabwe is that families have no money to even feed their own kids. This is why the parents marry off their kids because they have no other choice. This has become a cultural thing in a way because this has been going on for years and years and it has never changed. If not, it has gotten worse. The only thing that may change this is the brides who have taken the Zimbabwe government to make marrying off children before the age of 18 illegal. This is one thing that the Zimbabwe government could do to change the major issues. One of the things is to take a look at the villages and towns that are in Zimbabwe and see how women are suffering because they are being forced to have children and being beat constantly by their husbands. They should take a look and ask themselves if children who are being married off before the age of 18 is constitutional. In the United States, there is laws about marriage. Nobody can get married until the age of 18 or older. There is rights about marriage. A second thing they can do is actually make a law that says child marriage is illegal. Make it so that the women won't suffer from the young birth they'd be put through. Lastly, make change. Provide food, water, more education to Zimbabwe and change it. Make it so that the families are able to feed their families and do not have to marry off their children in the first place.